Hey everybody, it's Tara Cherie here, and it's really great to have you. I'm coming to you live from my home office, and it's been a really interesting couple of weeks. I had a private consult with a really great friend of mine not long ago, and they gave me some really awesome tips that have actually really helped my Facebook following as well as my Instagram following, and I wanted to be able to share them with you because I found them to be so incredibly helpful. Like, since applying them in less than, really, it's been still under 2 weeks, I've grown my following on Instagram by over 150 people, and my Facebook business page and my Facebook page are continuing to steadily grow. It seems to be like my Instagram is exploding a little bit faster, but that's really good. I drive traffic between both. And I really wanted to share a few things with you because I have noticed that I'm getting questions from other new friends that have begun following me, like, what are you doing to more, we've been watching you, what are you doing to expand your following a little bit more? And really, it's just a few key, simple things. And I'm noticing it as I get more followers and more people adding me, and also more engagement posts, because following is great, but where it really comes in at is actually having people that are actively engaging with you and building an authentic relationship. And I really want to address that first. It's great. We all love our branding. We're all excited about our companies. We're all excited about our nonprofits, our ministries. We're all excited about our new business opportunity, and we want to share it with the universe. That is all of us. We are super passionate about that, right? But there are some social media etiquettes that I want to really just address in terms of actively engaging, right? Because my goal is to connect authentically with you. Anybody that builds business with me, I don't do it because I chase them. I don't do it because I flag them down. And I definitely don't spam their inboxes. So when somebody adds me, I reach out to them and I start by building an authentic relationship, because I'm happy, because that's something that I'm doing. It's called attraction marketing for a reason, right? They wanted to authentically connect and communicate with me, right? So first comes first. No matter what you have, a nonprofit, a business, a ministry, whatever you have, a company, you want to get the name out. I always say authentically build. Okay, so that means like actually engaging, not the first conversation you have, not even on the first day. Okay, you want to take time to get to know them. What are their likes? What are their dislikes? What are they about? What are they really trying to do? Are they really being authentic about their engagement? Are they looking to really connect and build a relationship with you? Or are they just after your number, your following, just to get, some sort of order from you? And I've had this like happen even several times. One person actually blocked me today because I explained where I stood and where I stood my ground on this. And to me, it's just really slimy when you go to build a relationship and you're not authentically engaging. When I say that, it's, hi, how are you? How's your day going? And then not about your company, like actually taking time, like you haven't caught up with this person in 15 years, just take time to get to know them and learn about them. Do they have kids too? Like, what is your common ground? What do you guys really connect on? Okay. And so I've started doing that. As soon as somebody like adds me, I'm more likely to ask them about themselves. Tell me a little bit about you and what made you find me here on Facebook, and just build a relationship. You don't have to do business. Just love on each other, find that reason to stay connected to them. And then, over the upcoming weeks, so, maybe it's not even months, but maybe it's just weeks, you get to know more about that person and what they stand for. And when you like actually go on their wall and you engage them and you comment on their posts, that goes like a super long way, because then you build up their engagement and their following. And then they're going to be like, I really like this girl because, or I like this guy because they come over on my wall and they show that they really are interested and genuine about what they're posting. Maybe I should start learning a little bit more about them. Okay. And then they start like, actually, I had like a couple people today, like taking time to go back and forth between my Instagram and my Facebook. And then I actually brought more people over to saying, wait, who's this girl? Like, I want to know more about her. And like, without even trying, like, I didn't have to go search anyone. Okay. Like, they just started coming to me and liking what I had to say. Right. So always, that's like my second tip, like, show that you're authentically engaged in not just what they're saying to you in a messenger post, but what are they saying on their wall? What are they showing up with? Ask yourself, if you were wanting to engage with this person, would it be somebody that you desire to actively follow? Right? Like, you want to actively follow somebody that, is really doing business the right way, right? And but especially because I'm like somebody, I don't know about you, but I love giving referrals. And I really want to refer your business out. Like, even if I don't personally buy, like, if you are truly authentic, you're honest, you're trustworthy, you give great customer service, you have awesome reviews, even if I don't do business with you, I want to refer business to you. I always want to do that. Like, I'm somebody you want to be friends with, because I'll actively keep referring you. And then if I see it's like, wow, they're doing awesome, like, even I may want to buy from time to time. It may not be the moment, but in the future, it may be a timing thing and I may come back around, right? So I want to stay connected with you, right? So the whole goal isn't to get your sale the first day or the first message you give me, okay? Now, if you want to share about your service, your product, your opportunity on your own wall, that is awesome. Like, I encourage that. I even do that. I do that on my business page too. However, there's still an etiquette there, and you really want to draw people in. You want to be a great representation, right? You want to represent your brand, your product, your services, and even your team well. Like, that should be just something you want to do and you desire to do. Okay. So another way that you can build that engagement is start joining as many groups as possible. Okay. That was something that was actually recommended to me that I really wasn't doing. So, whatever your brand or your service is, you could start finding people on Instagram by using hashtags. That's one way to do it. If you sell athletic wear, I don't sell athletic wear, but if you're somebody that does, you could be like hashtag, athletic wear, and then it'll give you like other ideas, right? You'll see other things pop up on Instagram, other hashtags that you can use, and that'll bring more people to wanting to follow you. Okay. When you start also joining groups on, Facebook, for example, okay, if it's still athletic wear, let's say, it's just an example, okay, and you go in and you're wanting to share your athletic wear, you can look up local athletic wear groups. You could look up other people that sell athletic wear and start watching the type of things that they're posting about, okay, and start bringing people over to you. I encourage, like, if you're a woman, join all the women's boss babe groups, like entrepreneurial groups. Like, there are so many of them out there. Like, now I don't even have to like look for them anymore. I did it first, and then women started finding me and they're like, hey, you might like, they would build a conversation with me and they would be like, hey, you might like such and such group, would you like to be added? Or I found this really great group that's been helping me grow my following, would you like to be a part of it? Heck yeah, I want to empower as many women, boss babes, boss ladies, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, ministries as possible. Like, as long as you're doing the ethical thing, of course, I want to like support you in any way that I can. So, I'm at that point, I'm like, yeah, heck yeah. So now people will invite me to their groups, or they'll even post in the groups like, hey, I'm looking for speaking engagements, which is another way to get your product or service out there, especially if you have a strong message. So get really clear on your why and your message, and actually why you want to share who you are and where you're going inside of the marketplace, because that's really, really important. Get really clear on identifying your message and how you share your heart with people, because people are really attracted to that. And even if like you don't think everybody's watching you, you don't have all the viewership or the likes or the comments, you keep going. I've had like several opportunities now. And the more you continue to like reach out and, sell yourself and share what you're about and share your authenticity, like the more people will want to follow that, because you're not really following your product or service, but they're about you and what your mission is and what your values are and what you represent. Like, you shouldn't be telling people immediately like what your product is, what your company is, what you're trying to sell at all. Stop doing that. That's not authentically engaging with people, but find out what they're about. And if you find that they have a need, like you've talked to them, I don't know, like a month or two even, and you're like, I'm starting to see like this is an identifying thing, and you could just ask questions, not baiting questions, okay, because people see right through that, but ask like legitimate questions about the person, okay? They will want to follow you for that, okay? And sometimes they may even invite you in some of these groups to actually share your company, okay? Or share your business, or share, whatever it is you believe in, okay? And that's your opportunity. When you get the invite and you get permission, that is your opportunity to share. That is your golden moment. So take advantage of that when it's offered. So keep joining those groups, because that will build your engagement, okay? It will help, okay? Because then, some people are paid members of some of these groups, okay? And they'll be like, hey, post your Facebook, post your Instagram, for example, right? And then people love that, right? So then you start posting, oh, this is my Instagram and my Facebook. If they follow me, but I notice they don't put a link, now I'm like, hey, I really want to support you. Do you mind sharing with me what your Facebook and what your Instagram is? I want to see more about you and how I can be encouraging and uplifting to you, right? And people eat that up too. They're like, oh, here's mine, And somebody's like, wait, that girl actually wants to stay around and follow me. Hey, can you add me too? Or they'll come find me and add me, right? So it's all about how you present and how you continue to bring value. And that's another thing, like, don't lead with your product, company, or service, but lead with your value, okay? So instead of leading, for example, with your athletic wear company, okay, maybe one thing you can lead with is, hey, how many of you are looking to lose inches? Like, what's a goal that you have for this year? Are you looking to gain, more muscle tone? Or, you could talk about making healthy foods and post about that. You could talk about, your running journey and how maybe you hated running before, but now you love it and why. Like, people love stories. Get really good at sharing stories about how you overcome, how you've strengthened, what you're about, what you represent, what you're, whatever, right? Or if you own a cute fur baby and you like to take them on long walks and that's part of what keeps you healthy, do a theme story about your pet every week. Like, people just, who doesn't love seeing cute furry animals, right? Like, that's a lot of people, okay? So all I'm saying is just be real. Like, you don't need to thrust your service to be represented in an authentic way. You can begin to share little tidbits about you, and you want to bring some sort of value. Like, some other things that people really love are like memes and tips, okay? People eat tips up, right? I had a couple people actually ask me, like, what are you doing to grow your following? And I don't think they felt like I answered the question, but I really was answering their question. My answer was, I'm building an authentic relationship with people, okay? And if you notice, I share tips, I share strategies. I'm also sharing little bits about myself, cute things my kids do, or I love to cook. That's one of my passions, right? So every week people see something cool and healthy that I just learned how to make, right? Because I'm always experimenting, okay? But that's a part of who I am. That's a part of my branding and what I want people to know about me is my passion to be healthy, my passion for cooking, my passion to live a better life, right? Well, what are you about? Are you about your kids? You about the dog? You about, traveling? Like, what's your thing? You don't, because people are like, I'm so scared to put myself up on social media like that. You don't have to put everything. You could just put like little bits and pieces of you. Just be real and vulnerable about it, If you like to travel, man, like, tell people about your vision board. Like, tell them how you've mapped out your travels and how you're saving money. People love to save money with traveling. They're going to start following you because of that. But you need more ways than just your Facebook wall or your Instagram or your TikTok to grow your following, right? Whatever it is, right? Social media is social media at the end of the day, but you still got to grow your following authentically, okay? Now, you can also place some Facebook ads, okay? You can place some ads on your Instagram, any of your social media channels. You can always place ads that way, okay? But at the end of the day, people still want to hear from you. So don't hide behind somebody else's content. It's okay to like borrow things here and there, but tell us a little bit about it. Like, why did you choose that post? What message are you wanting to convey for the day? Like, are you wanting to empower or encourage in some way? People love to hear encouraging information. They need to be built up, There's a lot of unknowns right now. So encouraging and building people up encourages and inspires them to keep going. And you never know, like, just because people don't comment does not mean for a minute they are not watching every move that you do, right? People are always watching you. They're always following you. They're always looking for ways to stay connected and engaged with you. So make sure that you're taking time to post in those groups, and don't just post your links in those groups either. Like, make sure, like, if somebody asks a question, make sure you jump in and answer it, or if they add you, go on their wall and don't just like it, like, actually start commenting back and forth. And pretty soon they'll start reaching out to you. And make sure that when you do add them or they add you, I'm still actually catching up. Mine has grown so fast, it's been really hard to get to everybody at the moment, right? But I try to get to as many as I can. Okay. And Facebook seems to be more where I'm starting to connect more on Instagram, but Facebook seems to be a really strong following for me. Okay. So I'll go in there. My Instagram's blowing it faster, but my Facebook is where the connections are. Okay. So let me clarify that. Okay. So anyway, I'll go back into my Facebook and be like, hey, thank you so much for adding me. It means a lot. What are you up to? How's your day going? How can I just be loving and supportive of you, and, start engaging in a conversation. Doesn't mean you say a ton at that moment, but people be like, wow, she really cares about me. When they reach out and they personalize things a little bit, and I can tell that they're genuine, it makes me really want to connect with them and follow them more in their journey. And then when they welcome me inside of the group too, it's like, wow, they really care. And I've had a few like that where I felt like authentic engagement and connection. I felt like they really took time to value me and cared about me as a person. And I could tell who those people are. And even though I'm growing my following, I noticed this genuine connection with them, and their names always stand out at the top of my head. So if I were to refer somebody, I would refer first to them because they took that time to make me feel special, validated, and important. At the end of the day, everybody wants to feel that. So I just would really encourage you, as you're building your following, just stay tuned to what people's needs are. Stay, engaged with who they are as a person. Don't forget that on the other side of the screen is this person who really desires to authentically connect in a true, honest relationship sort of way. The business, the ministry, those kinds of opportunities, they will all come, especially when you're actively building that friendship and that relationship. But just remember to always put that relationship first. Always find ways to stay connected and engaged with a person. Always find ways to bring service and value into their life, because at the end of the day, you're not really selling your product or service. You're connecting. You're selling yourself in your relationship and your friendship. I hope that this totally helped you. And I would love if you would go in the comments and share with me how this video brought you some value today. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to respond in the comments. And I would love to get back with you. And if there's a topic that you would like to see me covered, I'm going to be doing my best to get back on track with doing Facebook Lives, just daily and weekly. And do me a favor, that brings another point up to me too. If you find this of some sort of value, you're just hopping on, go back and catch the replay. And if you're like, yeah, these are some really good tips, don't hesitate to share this with someone or share it on your wall. I really want to get the word out, because I just feel like there's a really lost art and communication with building a relationship. I think sometimes we're limited on our time. And rather than, we get so excited about our company, our brand, our business, what we're sharing, that we don't always take the time to build the relationship side. And for some people, that's okay. They're like, yeah, I'll check it out. And then some people, they're just like turned off by that, right? So take the time to really build that relationship first. It's not always about the number of connections, but it's definitely about the quality. So let me know one thing that you found of value in this video today, and catch a replay, share it, and make sure that you post what you gained from the video today in the comment section. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day. Bye for now.